Good morning, Mustangs, and welcome to the Mustang News in the Morning. I'm Amber Lewis.
And I'm Danny Ranslin. Thank you, Mr. Spicer's third period, for participating in our pledge segment.
NHS members, your hoodies and t-shirts are in, so stop by Miss Alito's room in room 724. You can only pick them up before and after school or during passing. Now let's check out Izzo's hotspot. Let's ask Mitchell.
Alrighty guys, I'm Michael Izzo doing the hot spot again. We got some 2 Red Rangers right here. Alright, question number 1. You guys are going to have to write this down. On Thursday, Mitchell students gave what? A, blood, or B, hair to locks of love? Alrighty, what do we got? Brian Cascio puts in blood. Alrighty, Brian. What do you get? What's that? Hey. Alrighty, looks like we got a tie. Next time we'll write it out. Come on, Ryan. Alrighty, it's 1-1. Question number 2. Which club is hosting the Thanksgiving food drive? A, Interact, or B, Social Inclusion? Next time, write it out, alright, punk? We got Brian, who's on the football team, and Ryan, who's a vivid longboarder, but he's got nothing on me. And same with you. Alright, and Brian's killing everyone with the stop time. He got Interact, A, and what do you have? You have Social Inclusion. 2-0 Brian. Come on, you gotta get this third question right. If you want to win that free cookie. All right, question number 3. Speaking of question number 2, what canned food item is Mitchell's favorite? A, canned yams, or B, stuffing? Ryan Johnson beat him, but stuffing. You weren't even a challenge. Sweep by Brian Castro.
Who likes canned yams?
Most Mitchell does. You win a free cookie today during lunch. Congratulations. Back to you guys in the studio.
No one even eats.
Today in national news, a Wake Forest community is in an uproar after learning the state of North Carolina knew residents' water had been contaminated with toxic chemicals and failed to alert other residents for more than 6 years. The EPA called families in the community this past summer, saying their water is contaminated with a cancer-causing chemical called TCE, and they should not drink, bathe, or cook with it. Members of the community say they are very worried for their children and themselves, considering they have been drinking the contaminated water every day for years. The EPA has visited the homes and tested the water of the Wake Forest community, but they don't think that's enough and are not showing any sign of letting it go. In other news, Hurricane Sandy, who is still at sea, is already causing widespread problems for millions of travelers. More than 6,800 flights have been canceled so far. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo ordered New York's transit service to suspend bus, subway, and commuter rail service in advance, considering the storm is expected to hit the eastern part of the U.S. late today. Along with New York, many other states are preparing for Hurricane Sandy. That's it for me. Now let's check it out and see how Carly's doing in the sports cage.
Hey guys, it's Carly Dampier here in the Sports Cage. In football news, Florida State beat Duke 48-7 on Saturday. After the game, Duke's football coach has been saying all along that he believes Florida State is the best team in the country. The Florida Gators sadly had their first loss on Saturday against Georgia. The Bulldogs stuffed the Gators from every angle, forcing 6 turnovers in a 17-9 victory that left them on the cusp of the Southeastern Conference Championship game. In NFL football, your Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat Minnesota Sunday. Martin racked up 214 total yards, including a career-high 135 rushing and 2 touchdowns, and the Buccaneers romped to a 36-17 victory to hand the Vikings their first home loss this season. The update on Mitchell girls volleyball is that they are moving on to regionals. They travel to Winter Haven tomorrow at 2 to take on their next step to getting closer to states. The Mitchell swim team results from districts are in. The girls swim team got runner-up in districts for their 2nd year in a row. The swimmers who moved on to regionals are Taylor Anderson, Jordan Theobart, Elena Concello, Claudia Concello, Catherine Concello, Kimberly Erickson, Marlo Shiver, Devin McCaffrey, Jake Williams, David Smith, Kevin Smith, and Lucas Hung. Also, the Mitchell girls soccer team has their first game tonight. It is a home game against Hudson at 6 p.m. Now let's see how Danny's doing in the daily blog.
Today in campus news, basketball tryouts start today. If you plan on trying out for the boys basketball team JV or varsity, the tryouts will be today and tomorrow in the gym from 3 to 5:30. Please have your athletic forms filled out in an active physical. The food drive started. Please bring non-perishable foods such as canned yams, stuffing, and other canned vegetables to help out with needy families. Also, thank you to everybody who donated blood for the blood drive and may one day help save somebody's life. That's all for campus today. Now let's see how Lucy's doing in our weather app.
.55 and in the 60s. Don't get too comfortable with this breezy weather. It's just a cold front and we'll be getting hotter by the weekend. We have a 0% chance of rain every day except Thursday at 30%. For all of you planning on having a night out for Halloween on Wednesday, it's going to be nice out with temperatures around 70. That's all for now. Let's send it over to our on-scene reporter, Nico Stead.
Thanks, Lucy. I'm Nico Stead reporting live on scene in the ROTC room here with the commanding officer, and as you can see, they have a new addition to their trophy racks. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
These are all the trophies that we won this weekend at Central High School for their Iron Bear Challenge, and this big guy over here is the first place overall trophy.
So how does one achieve the first place overall trophy?
There's about 12 different events in the competition, and we placed high in every event, so we got first place overall.
What can you say is the hardest challenge?
The hardest challenge is probably the tire flip relay. It's pretty difficult. It's a heavy tire.
The tire doesn't really look that heavy. It actually looks pretty wimpy, so I guess I'm just going to give it a go. If you can hold this, thank you.
There we go.
Hey, I thought he was going to at least say.
Back to you guys in the studio.
Today's weather picture of the day was sent in by Leroy Bostick. He took this early in the morning before sunrise outside of his house. It looks like it was a bit cloudy out, but thanks for sending in this picture, Leroy. Today in the 18th birthday club, we have Brittany Swanbaum, whose birthday is tomorrow. She looks forward to being able to consider herself an adult and being allowed to purchase lottery tickets. She plans on going to Orlando and is excited to get a tablet. Happy birthday, Brittany! Let's switch it over to Amber with the local area network.
Today in local news, 30 classrooms at River Ridge High School were robbed over the weekend, while portables at Chaska Elementary and the concession stand at Ridgewood were vandalized. Pasco County sheriffs are investigating the offenses and working hard to find the criminal or criminals. In other news, an art collector from Palm Harbor may build a $31 million museum showcasing the American arts and crafts movement in Tampa next to its premier riverfront park. The museum will have a wide array of decorative objects from the 1900 to 1920 American arts and crafts. If everything goes as planned, the foundation supporting the museum expects the construction to begin in mid-2013. Now I'll switch it over to Danny with the Daily Upload.
Saturday Mustangs, I'm Danny Ramslin.
And I'm Amber Lewis.
This is a Sound Production.